And we're on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet an. Oh, I forgot to find out what number this is.
116, I think.
Yep. 116, episode 116 of the Arcade Hangout.
The
longest running arcade live.
Longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. With video.
Undisputed.
And more girls than the other guy or the other podcast.
100% more.
Yeah. 100% more women.
Sometimes 200% more. If you include that.
Yeah. Sometimes we have two or three. But anyway, we're a group of friends that gets together once a week to talk about arcade games, classic arcade games, and beer, and movies, and TV shows. And once in a while, repair shit on arcade games. And we also like to ask a question, just throw a question out there, kind of one of those F, marry, kill questions, but we do it with arcade games, and it's buy, sell, or are we going to do 16-1 for this?
You know, I think it's like each person kind of calls it out. It's like 16-1 or burn it.
I like burn better because 61 you can still play stuff on it, but if it's burned up, it's gone.
Like, you're really making a decision to just stab a fork.
You gotta just get rid of it. So
yeah.
So the three games we decided to, or Andrew decided to pick this week were Smash TV and Robotron or Black Widow. And Black Widow is a vector color arcade shooter, very similar to Robotron, but
all three games play basically this.
They all play very similar. Yeah, it's 2-stick joystick. One moves, one fires, and got that action going on. So anyway, and also tonight we'll probably be talking a little bit about NATT. I don't know who's going to come. We've had some cancellations.
Aww.
Yeah. Did you see my post about Jeff C?
Yeah. I mean, no surprise, like you said.
Yeah.
I made him a badge.
I know. We made. Oh, by the way, real quick, I have the NATT glasses here.
Oh man!
Anybody that attends is going to get a NATT glass. Let's see if I can.
That's nice.
Just keep talking, Steve.
Okay, so it says NATT San Diego 2018. It's a combination of mostly Andrew, but I did a little bit of work on it. I put a little San Diego tree on there. I don't know if you can see that, but and the little birdies right there too. That means that's San Diego.
So California.
Yeah, so California.
It's actually
like cliche California, right?
Yeah. Or maybe a little Miami Vice, California.
I don't know. We're like 500 miles away from palm trees. Or whatever, but I think they're still around. There's a lot of palm trees in California. But anyway, so anybody that comes gets a glass, and if you want an extra glass, it is $5. So if you already know you're going to want one, an extra one, because you get a free one, but the second one is $5. Just let us know so we know how many to cut, because Keith's cutting them, I think, today and tomorrow. So
we're anyway, like dealers, right? It's like first one's free, but
first one's free. But if you want another one, it's $5. And who's going to want just one? You're going to drop it.
I mean, most of us are usually double fisting drinks anyways.
Right. I know I'll want a second one at least. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Necros in our chat has already said he wants a glass. But he can't make it to NATT, but he's going to be at Banning.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So I have to tell
that's
Keith.
Prober, right?
A little better when there's beer in it. Can you see a little better now?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It looks nice. Yeah, I love that when you posted it on the Twitter a couple weeks ago. I don't know
Yeah,
why I said the Twitter, but yeah.
So yeah, let's definitely make sure we set
twits.
aside a glass for Brian and bring that into Banning. Assuming we make it in, but if we don't make it in, then
Meet us in the parking lot.
I'll text him.
That's Necros.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right. He's going to be banning. Okay.
Brian Ferber, which unfortunately he didn't pre-register on Clav, and I'm such a fucking robot when it comes to making these badges because you just make so goddamn many of them. That he wasn't on the list, so I did not make him a badge, but we can make him a fill-in badge. So we need to bring him a glass and a badge.
There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I like it. I don't know. It's just kind of cool to have a beer glass that's like with our group stuff. I don't know.
We've been talking about that. GAC brought out the first ones for the first Brofest.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought
The
up
shot-
the little
Yeah,
taster
like a 10
glasses.
ounces.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember that. Yeah, those were really nice. I remember. Yeah, that was. It's nice having
Had
those little
stickers
things
made
for the
that
event.
could go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had the logo on them and
Yeah.
everything.
Even like for the Denver event too, there was the coasters and the keychains, which are really nice too. So
Yeah.
it's, yeah,
sure.
it's
That stuff's
a little
all good.
memento. Absolutely.
The Nalgene bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of those here, you guys.
Water.
I think I have mine. I think I took mine. Yeah, I
Should
got
have taken yours. They were gifts.
They were. I did take mine. It's here somewhere. Oh.
All right. So what else about Nat? So
so hopefully Joel has Mad Planets working. Looks like he almost does.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool that I'll be able to play Mad Planets over this
So
house.
crazy how fast he works, man. Jeez.
I know. What's
He
a
like
job?
hinted at it like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and now he already has basically a finished, complete machine.
Yeah, he's all like,
watch me gut my Cubert and turn it into a Mad's Planets.
no.
What do you guys think? Should I do that? And he's like, boom, and he's done it the next week.
Yeah.
So you know what? Because it's like really, it's kind of damp out here and wet because it's raining.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I was like, I wonder if that's going to affect his painting, and it did because when he pulled off that paper, it has to do with how damp the air is and stuff. He
Yeah,
probably should have
humidity.
waited another day or two, but you can't because of the show.
Yeah.
But it kind of messed up the paint job. So hopefully they'll save it.
With the stencils, you got to paint and then pull. As soon as you're done painting, you got to get those things off of there.
Yeah.
But then, like he put the stencils over the top of the red, I think. And so, but the blue stencils, when he was doing those, they were on top of the red, and then it didn't cure enough. So yeah, hopefully he can buff that out. If not, stick it in a row. You'll never know.
Yeah. Oh, I see DJ Flask is in the chat. DJ, are you going to want another extra Nat glass?
Yeah, and aren't you supposed to be on a flight by now?
He said 14 hours.
14 hours. Yeah, we were just talking about
Jesus, he's a saint for doing that goddamn flight. No chance. Oh,
I
my
know,
God.
right?
Oh, that just.
So Keith and I were talking about the whole the pickup and going to breweries and stuff. So I was going to pick up Yak and Andrew at 10:30, 11, somewhere.
And
Oh,
DJ
and
Flask
DJ, yeah.
Yeah,
And I gave DJ all of our phone numbers so he can call you guys to so find you at the airport. So then I'll probably pick you guys. I'm guessing around 11ish. Right? So we could hit a brewery, and then depending on when Leo gets in, I was thinking maybe because we'll stay close, where Leo maybe can just take an Uber to the brewery that we're at, because we'll be at one of two of them, and then from there all of us will go to Griffin's, because at Griffin's there's like 3 or 4 breweries over there too. So I was thinking, so we could maybe hit 1 or 2 there, and then go to Griffin's, drop off my car, and then we get an Uber and go to the brewery's only like I don't know.
Yeah, Leo, I think we
5
had
blocks,
discussed
7
Modern
blocks.
Times would be the place to
Probably
meet.
just walk.
Almost walk, but there's time's a factor. So I'd rather just go boom, boom, and we can have more fun enjoying our time drinking and stuff at the brewery.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that sounds like a plan. So when you get in, Leo, just call us or text us or whatever. We'll let you know what brewery we're at and send you the address.
Yeah, most likely, I think the plan will be Modern Times, to meet him at Modern Times.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that too.
Right, the one right by the airport. Cool.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
about a 10 or 15 minute drive, I think, from there.
Not a problem. My flight, as of right now, touchdown 12:41. I don't have any luggage or any checked luggage, so I'll jump in a lift and get there.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Modern Times is definitely top of my list of the stuff you guys were naming.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a place I
And-
really wanted to go to. Yeah.
And also, I was thinking on, I don't know. Well, Gak's going to be doing stuff down there, but we're all going to be back. I think we're going to all be back on that night. So Friday morning. So it's going to be, what is it? Jim, Carrie, I think Andrew. Right? Are you going to come home with me, or are you going to stay at?
I'm doing whatever you're doing, dude.
Okay, so yeah, I'm probably gonna come home, and I know Keith's going home. I don't know if Gak's gonna stay or not, but I was thinking in the morning we can go hit our favorite breakfast place. It's local to us. It's like freaking awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go there, and then we could hit the breweries that are around San Marcos, because there's a shit ton of them. So we could come back to my house and drop off my car, and then get in an Uber and go boom, boom, boom. We could hit breweries until it's time to go to Keith's and eat. That sounds like fun, right?
Yeah.
So
Keith's whole family is going to appreciate that. So
oh, I know. So Keith wants us there around 4:30 ish. So it's going to kind of be like a little bit early dinner, or whatever. So that way we can, you can eat a little bit or whatever
in
at the
there.
brewery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We should take bets on. We should take bets who the first one's going to throw up will be. That should be.
Yeah. Or like Pizza Port has food, and some of the breweries don't have food though too. So we just don't overdo it. Just snacky things, and then we'll go to Keith's because Keith doesn't want to be barbecuing when it's tournament time.
Right.
Yeah.
So he says sense. Get there around 4:30 ish, and then we'll eat, and then I think the tournament starts at 6. So I think that'll all work out pretty good. So that's kind of the plan I had, and Keith and I had. And so I don't know if Gak, if you're going to be, I guess you're doing breweries with Joel and whoever else is out there.
I mean,
DJ.
We haven't talked really. I mean, the last I heard, it was going to be DJ, myself, and I thought Andrew staying the night there Thursday night, but I didn't know, however you guys were.
And Leo too.
Yeah,
Leo. Okay.
But no, I already I have a bedroom ready to go for Andrew here. So
okay,
he's got his own bedroom, and you got the couch if you want that. The pull-out bed couch, I should say.
So fingers crossed. Friday night, either I can have a spot at Keith's or your house.
Yeah.
Actually, Keith, I think, is having someone stay there already. So it's my house or Griffin's
for Friday night also.
Oh no, Friday night is. Oh, I thought you were staying at mine. Oh no, Friday. Yeah, I'm sorry, Keith. Yeah, well, it'll be open on Friday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
yeah, because I think we're doing Griffin's Thursday, and then either Keith or Mark on. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time though. Looking forward to it. Been looking forward to it for a while, so it should be a lot of fun.
Everything you said in the last 10 minutes, I've seriously, I've got an erection under the table.
I know. And, if DJ Flask is watching right now, I don't know if he's gonna be able to see this.
All we can see is white. Dude.
White, yeah.
So I just made a checklist here of what I need to bring.
Arkanoid spinner for DJ Flask.
Pack tons of beer. Yeah.
I think there we go.
I
Those
think
are my
that'll
two
be
most
covered.
important things to bring.
Mm-hmm.
He asked for a 4-way stick. I'm not sure. I'll try to find one, but I'll note that. But I know I have an extra Arkanoid spinner for him. So
nice. Like seriously, one of the best times of like the event in Denver was when we were back at the Airbnb guys had. It was just like we all just like chilling around. And,
I forgot to talk about that too. So whoever wants to come, there's. Patty's making a special, delicious Mexican dish. So it's the same one that Orange Whip had that he loved. Close enough. Yeah. And also, I talked her mom into making her handmade flour tortillas, which are fucking so good.
Well, that seals it.
Yeah, right.
After you eat it, you'll go, now I know why Steve's fat.
And I was just thinking like how fat I'm going to be when I leave.
Yeah. Right? So we're fat to begin with.
So and she's also going to make homemade Mexican rice and beans and stuff. So whoever wants to come to my house after, I'm hoping we can get out of there on Saturday by 8, I hope. So we can get back. It takes an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour to get home. So so I'm hoping we eat by 9, like late dinner. But that's kind of what we did with Carrie and I when we were at Arcade Expo. We kind of left around that time anyway to eat.
Oh yeah, it was, and that was plenty of time there.
Yeah, you're kind of done with all the sounds and everything.
Oh, it's
5, 6, 7, 8 hours. That's plenty.
Yeah, it is.
Just overwhelming, and your feet get tired because it's not like there's a lot of places to sit. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just a wuss, but it's after standing and the noise for 8 hours.
All that time, yeah. So then I figured we could party here at my house for as long as you guys want to and into the night. And I already warned Patty. I got her some earplugs. And I'm not joking.
That's a meal. Yeah.
So she has earplugs. You have beer plugs.
Butt plugs.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's going to be that kind of party, it's change what I'm packing.
And I guess once we all get there and talk about
they're open that
was a
flap.
terrible pun.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Dips, chains, whips.
Once we're all there and talking, I guess we'll arrange Sunday. You know, my flight doesn't leave till.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing we didn't even talk about. Like, how are we dropping everybody off at the airport and stuff like that?
In a car.
Well, yeah, but what time? Everyone has different times, so I gotta figure out what everybody's time is.
My flight is like 6 p.m. So
okay.
So
I thought it was earlier for some reason.
Nope, I'll just go whenever everyone else goes, and I'll sit at the airport and play my Switch.
Well, mine's at like 5 or 6 also, and
sweet.
So
you and I can sit at the airport. You and I can sit at the airport and play Mario Kart.
There we go.
Well, I think there's going to have to be a couple of trips to the airport because
Probably.
There's only so many people that can fit in the car at a time.
Well, Keith's going to have the bigger car Sunday too. So, and I can use my wife's. She's got a. What does she have?
Dog fight happening.
Yeah, they're playing Godzilla versus Mothra. It's or Dire Wolves versus Dragons, one or the other. I'll mute it so you don't have to listen to this very.
Yeah, my wife has a Pathfinder, and we can hold a bunch of people on that too. So.
And I'm cool. Like I don't care if I have to sit at the airport for 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
10.
I want to make it
well, that's too long.
As easy as possible. And all too much. Like I'll find a plug and plug in, and like I said, Chris and I can play Mario Kart and hang out in
swords.
So
sweet.
But yeah, it's gonna be good times, man.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Plus a couple of new jokes.
48 hours. 48 hours from now, we're gonna be like between 4 and 6 drinks deep.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to take it easy tonight because I don't want to get burned out.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be 3 days of drinking.
Yeah.
You want to lay a foundation though, so you don't.
Yes, I like to stretch the liver a little bit beforehand.
It's a flex.
I like to pet the liver before I step on it.
You've been doing that year round.
Pretty much.
That's why we haven't seen you on Thursdays.
Yeah.
I know.
My bitches.
Hey.
Keith, did you hear some of what I was talking about?
No, I was on the phone with somebody. I'll give you a guess who.
Is he hanging sails in his backyard?
No. No, I had to go get my pants first.
Wow. Okay.
It's a bummer. It's going to be full blown raining on.
I got Speaking of Joel, I got a PM from Greaseball on Clav asking so what's the deal? What's going on with Joel? Or what? I'm like
Ask Joel. We don't know.
Yeah. He put the reason I repped him because in Joel's thread because I couldn't stop laughing at his GIF that he posted. It was from Tombstone. Ringo going, well,
yeah, bye.
That is the most perfect GIF ever. I don't rate people or rep people very often. I was laughing out loud at work, and I'm like, okay.
What is the whole rep thing? Because I don't even know where it is on Clav.
It's a circle jerk system where everyone where you get a little green dot after so many reps.
Yeah. How many dots do I have?
That's why
everyone has to
notice. The same groups of people have a ton of dots, and they're all friends because they just fuck each other.
Because they're always
they're all just banging each other.
Yep.
Do I have any dots?
Steve, you have at least 2.
Oh, cool.
Got dots.
I like dots.
I'll admit, my first couple of years on KLV, I partook in some of that. I have a lot of dots from that back then. Posting silly pictures back when they would let you post
anything
inappropriate pictures, basically.
There's a thread for that now.
I know, yeah, it's a separate thread now, yeah.
I got so many fucking reprimands from Tombo from posting shit. He would just be like, "What the
I can only imagine.
Dude? Stop!" It's like it'd be the shit that I would be posting on Arcade Outsiders.
Yeah.
Oh,
that shit doesn't fly during the day when you're sober. Apparently.
Yeah.
perfectly acceptable during a live show, but no.
I always just forget about it because the button, like where everything's kind of laid out, it's not real. Like unless you're doing it regularly, I always forget about it.
Yeah, I don't even know it's there, and
you have to click on the stupid little
forever.
scale thing, and then
it's not like you
and then the
notice
thing is
it.
too, it'll when you get repped, it'll show unless the person puts their name, their handle in there, you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a really stupid system.
So you got a rep stalker?
We hear that, Tombo? It stinks.
So we could start a rep storm on Clav.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh Lord.
All right, so there's what 8 of us in here right now, 9 now. Oh, Joel, the not going to join us tonight. Joel.
Liar.
Although, I'm looking at mine, and I see who repped me and what they said if they made a comment. It says for mine. It shows latest reputation received. It shows the thread it was, the date, who posted by, and then the comment.
Here's
it might be.
I can do a.
Why does Carrie come up as Taylor?
Oh, because my
her daughter's account. Don't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
all I get is the thread, the
check.
date, and a comment. It doesn't say who it's by.
I'm going to show you what.
So Keith,
you know what?
Necros wants a glass.
What? Who? What?
Necros wants a glass, but he's only going to be. Oh, he wants 2. He's going to be at Arcade Expo.
Oh wait, or was that? No, sorry, Jerry might have said Jerry's definitely said he wanted 2. I'm not sure how many days.
I definitely want 2. Yeah.
So, Carrie, have you donated money to get your fruit on KLV?
Oh,
you get like the peach, the strawberry, cherry, whatnot.
So,
yeah,
they say like once you get to a certain level, you get to see all that extra stuff.
Oh,
so I'm thinking maybe you have that and Jim doesn't.
Yes, because I have donated. Oh, good point.
If Jim hasn't donated, that might be why he doesn't see it. Yeah, you have 4 different things.
It just shows thread, date, and a comment.
So maybe it's because that's like one of my perks.
Yes.
Yeah,
me too.
For
I just checked and I have the same thing. I can see who it's from.
For us old timers that joined back in 2004, there was no donation shit at that time to get in.
It's not too late. Oh no, it isn't to get in.
It's like $4 to get in or something, but you have to donate more than that to get those.
Yeah, to get the fruit.
Not worth it.
So since somebody brought up glasses, and pretty much everybody here that's on is going to want extra if they do. Who wants what? So I can double check my list. I have enough.
I want 2.
Yeah.
2 extra?
Well,
no, 2
everybody's,
total.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody's getting one. I just need to know the extras.
Naked lady tees and give me 2 of those. Give me 6 of those.
Yes, I want 1 extra.
Okay.
So most everybody wants 1 extra.
Yeah, 1 extra. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then who outside the group wanted? Necros and who?
DJ Flask wants an extra.
Okay.
Not 10.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Breaking the silence.
Monkey Rectum's asking who did the etching on the glasses. That would be Keith Elliott, who's in the chat.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks for asking, Monkey Rectum.
Say that 10 times.
Yeah, the artwork was provided by Andrew and myself. We kind of combined like Wonder Twin powers and
Brings together.
boom.
I am Captain Planet.
Shape of.
One was always water. The other one was always an animal.
Yeah. Shape of Jana's tampon. That's a
Now we play the waiting game.
Family Guy joke. So did anyone, I don't know, fix something this week or maybe sell something fucking interesting this week?
Carrie, what'd you fix? I want to hear your fix.
Yeah, who here made a...
All right.
Don't save it for the end of the show.
Oh, I know, right? Although are we skipping the questions? So we get.
Let's hear your
we want to hear this stuff now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, be prepared to lose some viewers. It's always
She's like, and
So you have. Did I hear Jim say you guys have like a baby announcement or something like that?
oh,
Say
that would actually be me with the baby announcement. Actually, having nothing to do.
Well, naturally,
with
you have the baby in your possession, I would hope.
but he truly had nothing to do with it.
I did nothing. I lost. Good day.
So much like your Cheyenne gun, you like to shoot blanks, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh. No, he just pulls out.
I was taught well.
Oh my god. That was so well done, Chris. That was
Nice.
So yes, Baby Pac-Man after way too long. And
I think we have a show title, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my
Carrie makes a
God.
baby announcement.
Carrie,
exactly, Carrie,
have a
yeah.
baby announcement.
So yes, Baby Pac-Man working. Woohoo!
Awesome.
So okay, so I have to say, some credit to
Slow down.
I know, I'm so excited.
She's so excited.
I'm so excited. Oh my God. Well, it's been so long. And partly is I kept going down the wrong fucking rabbit holes. And it would be like, oh, it must be this. And then I'd wait for parts. Nope, not that. Okay, so it must be this. And now let's wait for some more parts. So it's like you do something, then you wait 2 weeks, and then and then But so Randy Frum, my good friend, we haven't met yet, but I feel like
Mr.
we're very
Stash.
close. Yeah, Mr. Stash, depending on which era you.
And we lost
Oh
Carrie.
no!
Oh. Mock is
Taylor.
your muter.
When she comes back, we'll have to tell her to draft up a summary of it so that it's 30 seconds or less.
The elevator pitch.
And go!
And I need you now, tonight. I fucking need you more than ever.
I had
love
that
that
song
story.
running through my head for 2 days after he started playing that shit.
Yes!
I was seriously like in the shower the next morning. My wife's like, "What the fuck are you singing in there?"
I don't remember F-bombs being in that song.
Why don't you just masturbate like everybody else?
I do.
Oh man, I had oldies going on in the car, and I thought the law came on, and I couldn't stop laughing because all I could think of was the C part. Like, well, there are worse things, I guess, to be reminded of during that song. I can't think of any, but no.
Uh-oh, Carrie said one of you guys sucks. Carrie, I did not kick you.
And we've got plenty of open slots.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh. I have plenty of open slots.
And I
fucking need you more than ever.
We have people in the YouTube chat that haven't crossed over to the IRC.
Oh, terrible.
I posted a couple links.
They're latecomers.
Yeah. There's like 3 people.
That's a different problem, Gak, than shooting blanks.
Damien's there. It's just Chris Rad. Who's Chris Rad?
Oh, there's a couple people.
He's
There's
rad. Cool.
Damien.
Well, Damien's in the chat.
Oh, he is?
IRC.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's just Chris. Chris,
She
get in the
said,
fucking
yes,
IRC.
someone blocked me.
No, you're not blocked.
You got a horse. Leo has Home Improvement Wilson view going right now.
What the fuck?
Let's have her call into the show.
It's 520.
Not again. Wrong number.
Well, we can move on to the question. Although I wanted to get the chat out of the way, but apparently we're not talking about.
Well, let's do the question until Carrie comes back.
I sold a few games this last week. That's all I need to say.
That's the answer. That's
and
wow. There goes our next tournament.
No, I have sources.
Keith, do you want to talk about the challenges, or you want to save those later on thing?
No, we'll save it. We'll save it for the night of.
Okay.
Yeah. I got one more thing we got to work on tomorrow too. By the way.
You need my help with
building that fort.
Yeah.
The blankets and the pillows.
I need the pillows.
Those are pillows.
Taylor's back.
Hey,
Booter.
Hey.
Hey.
I got kicked, so I had to join. I should be logging in as myself instead of my daughter now, because when you're blocked,
It's
you're
still
blocked.
You're still
Oh,
Taylor.
interesting.
But nobody
Taylor.
No one booted
That
you.
was interesting. That was the notice I got, was I've been blocked and I can't rejoin.
Oh, that's weird.
huh,
Nobody
that's
did that to you.
Nobody did
Your
anything
daughter
either.
kicked you.
You were so boring, you kicked yourself.
I didn't want to hear it.
Google out there and said, "Get her out of here."
All right. Can I jump back in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I know you've been on pins and needles, but you know how it turns out, which is it works. So, so one of my coils
She's
was
not gonna
going off.
You've only got 20 seconds left on the clock.
Nobody said this was a timed event.
Time's up.
So the Randy From tip. Okay.
Have you ever seen this show?
The viewers, but we're not. You guys aren't drunk yet. So. I'm underestimating.
Yeah.
So the Randy From tip, because people want to know the Randy From tip of how it was I was able to figure out where the problem was. Randy is my man for arcade repair.
Well, this is all brand new to me.
Yeah. Randy and I spend quality time together when I'm flying back from visiting you.
Wow.
You know, he's on he's on a little USB stick.
He must get cheaper flights than me.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a 2-for-1.
Randy Carey's baby announcement.
It's the mustache, isn't it?
Yeah. I like his 90s attire too. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, Gak's doing the photo with the beer.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we
So-
go.
And Leo- All right, go.
So Randy showed this cool little trick where when there's some sort of short, you can figure out where the short is on a pin by basically taking disconnecting the connector that leads to where the short is going. So, in this case, it was probably an edge connector. It was a connector with about 16 pins in it, or maybe 10, 15 pins. And so you disconnect that, turn on the game, and then touch the connector to the pins like you're about to plug it in, and you have kind of a darkened room, and it will spark where the pin is, where you have the short. And sure enough, it was a sweet, it's like instantly I knew exactly which one it was, which allowed me to go, okay, it's probably, it's along this line. And so I removed that pin out of the connector because I repinned all the connectors in that fucking game, because you have to do that with baby packs. And sure enough, the game would run just fine. And I knew the one out hole that would not work. I know, just make the out hole jokes. It's fine. Just bring them. So anyway, I chased down some rabbit holes where I thought that it was going to be one of the transistors on the board. It wasn't. So once I eliminated that, then I went in, then I'm looking in the game. The solenoid looks all crispy. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to change the solenoid, which I did. That was fun because the screw head was stripped and I dremeled it and the sparks were flying. And I'm like, this is arcade repair at its finest. So like changing the coil, super easy. Getting the fucking coil accessed, pain in the ass. So yeah, the sparks are flying.
Well, it depends on the coil.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not, although the coil is toasted, so it needed to be replaced anyway. But it wasn't. I thought it was either the coil, or there's a diode that's on the pinball coil. I thought, oh well, that's probably bad. I'm glad I replaced it, because then when I put it back in, now I'm like, yes, I've solved the problem. I turn it on, touch the connector, because at least I decide to test it rather than just plugging it right in. Because basically what happens is, you have some sort of open circuit, it's running and blows your fuse in order to save your coil.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Who kicked her again? Jesus.
I'm eating food. No, not me. God damn.
she's on like a Wi-Fi on a laptop or something. I'm guessing. I don't know.
She's surfing the internet with a potato. She said, "What the fuck?"
Oof.
I'm guessing somehow she fixed the baby pack with parts off of her laptop.
And that's why it's not running anymore.
It was her router.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys see that Stephen Hawking just died?
What?
What? What, really?
Yeah.
Oh, now we're
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah.
But we have Neil deGrasse Tyson now. We can just spot him in there.
And Musk.
Yeah. Did any of you guys see his Q&A for South by Southwest this week?
Geez, she
No,
got
I
booted
missed
again.
it.
And she
Yeah.
laughed when I said 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll get the hint now. Oh, hey, you're back. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about things YouTube likes.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm telling
Like
this so
makeup.
fast. I'm like, yeah, makeup. So anyway, so I put it back in. I'm all excited. I'm like, yes, this is gonna work now. Woo! And I plug it back in, or I start to touch it, and instead of hearing the thunk 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 like I did before, because I have a nice fresh coil in it, it's going bang 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 bang. I'm like, fuck. So
that's better.
Yeah.
You gave it some Viagra.
Viagra. It has a bunch. So I actually decided that I am stopping for the day because I was unhappy. And then the next day, I took a look and basically was like, checked all the grounds, like, is there a short in the ground? No. So finally, I looked at, okay, what is the one fucking thing that connects to this? Because I'm checking the wiring, like the wiring's good, my connections are good. Like I kept thinking it was something to do with the wiring. And it turns out that what it was actually the little switch. So the way that these, pinballs work, most of you guys know, but some of you don't work on pins may not, that, the ball falls in the hole and there's basically like a little plastic nub that sits, that it triggers the switch, and then pushes some leaf switches that tells the solenoid, hey buddy, it's time to fire and kick that ball out. So yeah. I mean that's right. I mean, that's kind of what the way I interpreted it. And so I'm looking and I look at those leaf switches, I'm like, kind of look like those things are touching. So I look at the other side, I'm like, no, there's a little bit of space there. So sure enough, I look at that, I take the leaf switch off, I kind of rebend the leaves and plug it back in, and silence. Like nothing but game sounds. And that and the sound of me doing a victory dance. It was fantastic. And so my theory is that probably at some point the ball fell in the hole back with the original owners. It wasn't plunging out, so they're like, oh, all right, let's fix this. And they kind of torqued on it because leaves seemed like they were a little bit, a little kind of funky, and probably it worked for a while. And then at some point it just started, touching. It caused problems, maybe even helped blow the transistor from the original board, and and I ended up with a broken game that I fixed. Life is good. This is the best hobby ever.
So you still think you had two issues though, right?
Yeah, I think both the solenoid and the leaf switch.
Yeah, so the solenoid was probably shorted.
Yeah,
and that's what was tripping the fuse, and then you just happened to be leaf switches touching.
Yeah,
the same thing can happen with your slingshots too. If you ever have a game while all of a sudden you're playing and the slingshot will fire by itself, or a pop bumper will, it's the same thing. The leaf switches are too close together.
Ah, good to know.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Awesome job, though. Awesome job.
Thank you. It felt great. Yeah, it was great because there's most of my arcade moments are not that successful. So it was.
And now you're done with it and you play it and you go, why the fuck did I do that?
This game sucks. Is it a pinball or video game? Make up your fucking mind. If it's Pac-Man, it's fucking shitty. If it's pinball, it's fucking shitty.
Right. They cancel each other
But
out.
together, it's great.
Yeah. It's funny how that works.
Like two mediocres make one great game.
Yeah.
I like Granny and the Gators better than Miss Pac. Or,
I've only
Baby
played
Pac.
that once or twice. It was a
Never
crack
played
a couple
that
years
game.
back.
Yeah.
Do they have that at Arcade Expo?
Yeah, last time I was there wasn't working though.
Oh.
It's probably going to be up this time. They got a lot of stuff coming up at Expo this year. I mean, there's going to be a Magic Girl. There's going to be a bunch of stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, Magic Girl, Houdini.
Oh. Houdini's a pinball.
Urban Dictionary, that one.
Two Houdinis, I think.
So
One
and
Magic Girl.
Houdini's
Houdini?
really fun. You got
one of the modes in Houdini, yeah, the flippers are backwards, and you got to hold them to flip them.
Yes.
Like let go is like open, and hold them.
Oh, is that what
closed.
it was? Okay.
Yeah, it's like drunk
backwards.
It's like drunk
Go
multi ball and
I think
Cactus
you probably
Canyon.
played it. Jimbo.
What?
At Pinagogo last year, they had Houdini there. I don't know if you had a chance to play it.
Probably not. I was probably baking at like 100 degrees and it's in the corner. And there was probably
So
a
I
line
think
of
it's
like
the
6
mode
people
where
there.
he's like upside down in a milk, you know, those metal milk containers, you know, and where he's submerged inside it. So he's upside down. So that's why the controls are backwards. And then you got to hold
He's all
him.
disoriented.
Yeah, he's all disoriented and shit. So
yeah, it looked pretty fun. I only really got to play it the one time because there was a line of people there. Yeah, you have to stand in line, wait to play. Yeah.
Wow, there's no one
Looks like
playing
fun.
Twister. I'll go play that.
Yeah, exactly. I can play World Cup soccer all I want. Everyone's playing like Guardians of the Galaxy and
the best
all
game
the other
no one
Star
plays.
Wars, all the other newer pins.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to be amazed by the pin lineup. You know, it just goes on forever.
There's a thread on KLV where there's a group of guys that go out there like it seems like every couple weeks to work on games.
Keith knows them.
Yeah. I'm in that group. I've been out twice. I haven't been out this year, but I've been out. Yeah,
it sounds like most of them just volunteer. It's like they're not even getting paid.
We're all
like, wow. Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
You get free entry into the show.
Yeah. Thanks for your 80 hours worth of work. We'll give you a $50 pass.
And a pizza.
I mean, basically, it's 1,000 games, 1,000 plus games between the two halves to get up and running.
That's more than California Extreme. I mean,
they don't have
Like
enough
6 or
pin
7
repair people either. I remember.
No,
reading.
there's never enough pin repair people.
Yeah, they have a lot of arcade
per
people,
machine.
but not. Yeah.
No, there's more pin repair guys now.
Is there? Okay, good.
But there's still, I mean, with the amount of games, and even from just being open for one weekend, somebody still has to go through every single game and check. Error.
And they also
it's
now
just
have those tents outside full of games now too. So there's other areas.
But
of games.
that's the stuff that like Marco brings and all that stuff. That's not
like
really
vendors and stuff.
Yeah, that's not Expo stuff.
But still games to check out and stuff though.
Yeah. But Marco's sending out close to 15 games.
Jeez.
Wow.
A lot of the stuff was sold ahead of time though. Like, hey, it's going to be a demo model, and you got whatever $400 off. And you pick it up on Sunday. So most everything that's coming was already pre-sold. There was an Aerosmith, a Kiss, and a couple other oddball games that weren't
Game
sold.
of Thrones and
that weren't sold yet. But there's going to be a shit ton of games.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hopefully the weather holds out.
Bring your wallets.
I saw on
and your divorce papers.
Yeah, they have a Arcade Expo has an Instagram account, and I saw someone posted a picture of they had a lineup of Donkey Kongs. It looked like 20 machines.
Oh, for the Kong off?
Yeah, so they have Andrew. They have like all the ones from One Up.
Yep.
Out there. Did he sell them to them?
I don't know that deal. Yeah.
Did he change out the marquees like they usually do?
Yeah. So they're all Kong off.
Kong off 5 or whatever. Is it 5?
6.
6?
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Wow.
10.
No, not 10. Not yet.
tan.
So they all, I've never been to one of those kind of tournaments. Do they all have like depend undergarment, you know, because they don't go to the bathroom?
No, but Donkey Kong's not that hard because like a full game of Donkey Kong,
like 2 hours,
like 3.5 hours for like the pro guys who like hang out and do hang out as long as they can. So it's not like
clearly they're not drinking as much beer as I like to.
And they're not nearly.
I'll be ready with the horn right behind him. Oh, I thought that was the kill screen alarm. I'm sorry.
Somebody has to shit their pants and.
Andrew, it looks like your buddy Sid Seattle's gonna be there too.
Oh God!
You guys shut your fucking mouth. Every one of you who just left me fucking hanging there. Fucking.
Somehow he got in and he's doing some kind of tournament there. It looks like
standing next to him for 15 minutes.
Yeah. That is the tournament. You have to like
about 15 minutes too long.
Andrew got a good whiff of the Grinker's bathroom right out of his mouth.
It was Speaking of Grinkers, I think the cat is semi out of the bag.
Segue.
Steve hinted at that there's an expansion happening, whether it's there on site or possibly he said in the thread that there's a site he's looking at that's like a mile away or something like that. But it's kind of early stage right now. But man,
why doesn't he just buy the center?
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how long is it going to be before he just owns that whole place?
Honestly, I thought he did.
Buy Great Clips or whatever.
I thought he Great Clips. No, actually, he leases it.
In the Lego store
place. Oh, the Lego store is gone, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that was gone this year.
There's a coffee shop there too.
Nothing except Great Clips.
No, the coffee shop's gone now.
The coffee shop's gone.
Yeah.
It was Menchie's.
Menchie's?
Oh, Menchie's, yeah.
Like the frozen.
I thought there was a Starbucks over there.
There used to
I
be.
think it was on the far end, wasn't it?
In the corner.
Starbucks is gone.
Yeah.
Starbucks is
Nothing survives but Grinkers.
Yeah.
That Chinese, it's like a
Steve's
Chinese.
a bully. He just intimidates everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chinese place has been there since the first time we went.
Chinese place.
And I saw he's got a Three Stooges now, man. That's a uber rare game.
Yeah, you never see that.
Yeah, perfect.
Is that a pinball or like an actual arcade game?
It's a
pin. Yeah, it's a pin.
It's a Milestar. So like there was Cubert, Mad Planets.
Milestar, he bought new old stock, huh?
Yeah.
It was $5,000.
And then I think Reactor, and then they switched names to Milestar, I want to say, somewhere in there, right? Does that sound right, Keith?
Something like, yeah, it's about there.
So it basically used to be Gottlieb and changed names to Milestar. But yeah, I swear I remember reading the gameplay is awful, but
it is.
I watched the YouTube video of it.
They made a PC game out of it too.
Honestly, I don't think it, like, just from watching the video, I don't think it'd be a terrible game if they didn't have the speech. Because the speech sound effects
and that was
are
the big
really
deal.
annoying. Is
it like the NES game?
It's constantly going. Like if you like go on YouTube and watch it, like it's constantly going. It's like, oh, a wise guy. Oh, a wise guy. Oh, and it's like it won't stop. Like, and it's. I mean,
wise guy.
Yeah. Like what they should have had, like little,
you guys are
little
pretty good at
intermission scenes or something, and then do it like during like a little intermission or something, but don't do it during the gameplay because it's constantly going. Except that's higher quality that you're doing there than
It's not 8-bit or 4-bit or whatever.
We can like live reenact the game when we're there in October.
Yeah, but it is hyper. Oh, and then he has that cliffhanger cabinet.
Yeah, that's coming in.
So I offered my Daphne setup if he wants to throw it in there until he gets the real deal. Because who knows how long that'll be. It was ignored big time.
Yeah, Andrew and I have a group text with Steve at Grinkers, and probably, I don't know, a week or two ago, Andrew.
Yeah, about a week ago, yeah.
He texted and he's like, "Hey, Gak, when you brought those games out here,
how many would fit in the truck?
How many games will fit in there?" And then you're like, "Oh boy, something's going down." And I was like, well, the 26-footer, you should be able to fit about 27 games. 3 wide, 90, maybe a little more. And I think he got 29 games, something like that.
Jeez, you must have raided a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, there was a guy in
not
Oklahoma.
have a warehouse full of games already?
Yeah,
right.
Or he raided himself.
Well, I suspect part of it is he had a handful he wanted, and maybe he just decided, well, screw it, I'm buying these, might as well get all the rest. Or something.
Well, he did post saying that I'm willing to trade for these or whatever.
Yeah, he had about 10 or 12 games. Yeah. But there was like 2, Andrew, I think there was like 2 games in particular. He was really stoked on that haul. They're black and white games, I think.
Yep.
Which one?
Canyon Bomber, maybe?
Canyon Bomber.
I can't remember the other one. Speed something. I don't remember.
Speed Freak?
No, I don't think that was it. Some kind of racer game. Now we have the silence as we're looking it up. I know.
Don't worry, I'll fill it.
Stop it. Stop it.
Please.
So Canyon Bomber was one he was super excited about. But then we started getting talking about like Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
So it's Canyon Bomber was the big one that he was.
Yeah,
that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta buy 29 games to get the one.
I guess. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
To have the
us,
ability.
we're more like we need to sell 29 games to buy the one we want.
Not
You
anymore.
You gotta get 5 games to get that Terminator 2.
Hey, but I sold the Street Fighter for more than the whole lot, so
yeah, it was worth it.
That was killing me that you guys got that for what you got it for.
Andrew, I'll talk more in detail than I will.
Yeah, I know.
So, that's all good.
Which is coming in today, so I was like, "Fuck, dude, Jesus."
There was a guy in club that had a whole list of games. I forgot who it was. He listed like 3 Street Fighter games, no prices, of course. And I said I'd be interested in seeing some pictures of your Street Fighter cabinets. And crickets. Actually, everyone was talking about how they got no responses.
Was that Joel's game? He didn't want to take pictures? Was that one?
or what you should do? What you should do is like take a bunch of pictures, but make sure they're really shitty. Like all fuzzy, bad lighting.
Like take them with a Polaroid and then scan them.
Yeah.
No, like 2005 cell phone picture. Like a flip phone.
Yeah. They're all like 100 by 100 pixel.
And then blow them up by 1024.
Oh, it's by.
I have your pictures for you. I gotta get them developed though, so just give me an hour.
It's like Bayo Mistim or something like that. He's like a pretty new poster.
The guy in Oklahoma. That's the same guy, I think.
Yeah, Oklahoma. I was like, well, if he's got one for a decent price, I'd ship it, but no response. It's like
that's the same guy that Steve just bought a bunch of games from. Yeah.
Now Steve has 12 big blue cabinets. Fuck you, Steve. No.
Yeah, what, 3 there when we were there last time?
Yeah, you don't even care about Street Fighter. No.
So if he expands that space, is it going to be a giant men's bathroom so we can all piss?
That's our hope.
That's what I said the other day on Slack.
Yeah.
Just put the big troughs in there.
Yeah, exactly.
The troughs, which is like
that would have it like a state fair.
Like the stack of mints just lying in a trough.
Yeah, you gotta shoot them up and down like shuffleboard.
Which you pretty much do. You try and get them to float. And then
it's like
you need to have the clown faces on the backside with a hole in the mouth.
Have you guys ever seen Scary Movie where he's at the movie theaters in the bathroom and it's like one of those carnival games where they're peeing and they're shooting the water guns.
Airing on the balloon.
Well, if you want less piss on the floor, that's a great way to go. Which we should talk to Steve about because this is something he needs to make happen.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, Greek Fest. If we were blowing up a balloon.
Yeah.
That would smell a lot less.
Yeah, go ahead and finish that.
And I think for was it Super Stearns, we need like a fold-out pillow on the toilet.
Yeah. It's like a tray table.
Yes.
I had fall asleep on there.
I spent a lot of time in that bathroom at Crankers. I love it.
Yeah, I know.
Put little pillows on the wall too, above the urinals headrest.
You rest while you're pissing.
Yeah. Just need to have a forehead girdle in front of it.
Like one of those,
I promise to kill you last.
All right. Have any of you guys had Dr. Mario?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's what I keep hearing. The attract mode. It
Yeah.
sounds like a phone.
You can't
ringing.
turn it off.
It sounds like every time I hear it, I'm like, whose phone's ringing? It's like an old school phone.
Dr. Mario and Castlevania have the two most annoying attract sounds. You can't turn them off. So I
turned the
turn my
volume way
speaker.
down on them.
Yep, I turned mine all the way down, and I keep one of the adjustment tools on top of the red 10 at all times. No.
What sound does Castlevania make?
It's just the sound of him playing the game. So it's the whip
Oh.
Dying.
and then when he dies. It's always the same. He dies doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the reasons I was actually stupid reasons, but I was really excited about the multi. Is that good? I can, if I want to play the game, I can just switch it to it, and then I can switch to a different game if I don't want to, and I don't have to remove a board or turn down sound
Because of the track mode, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, at some point, I had Dr. Mario and Castlevania on the same.
Fuck!
It was
Jesus!
God, this is fucking,
even watching like John's videos, I'd be like, John, turn that fucking shit off.
So you need
all I can hear in your video is that. Even during
you need those two games. You need those two games. You need Popeye and Roadrunner.
And
All those
Roadrunner.
going.
Oh god,
All
yeah,
the
that would
track
just
modes.
send me into constant twitches.
Yeah.
Maybe pole position too.
Yeah.
Or Robot Monsters has a pretty good loud one.
Does it?
Too.
Oh, I don't know.
Your mission.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's so random because it's like it'll be quiet for a good long time. All of a sudden, yeah.
For the rescue, Professor.
Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, how's that marquee coming, Carrie?
Where's my rim shot?
Right. I need to send somebody an email about that.
Well, and I got a case of I kind of got a pseudo case of the guilties today. I sent Kendra a Facebook message asking, hey, because that was 2 weeks ago that she was going to ask Rich about an update. I don't care, Gek.
I'm just showing what might have caused that hold up for her.
For my
I asked,
which strangely enough, this is all your fault too, Carrie.
Well, yeah, say, wait a minute.
I can't even complain about that one.
Too.
She's like, I only needed one, not 27.
Exactly. And I already had mine, quite frankly. So I had mine since last Cats. Yeah, we won't even talk about any city connections and things that were printed up too.
Bill is not here.
Well, Kendra gets back to me today after I sent her a message. I'm like, 2 weeks ago, I was just seeing if there's an update, and I know you guys are busy.
You're busy, but where the fuck's my Toki?
she's like, I'll ask Rich when he gets back. He's in California right now for a family emergency. I'm like,
He did actually. He was that caused a week delay on mine. I think there was actually a death in the family.
Oh
shit! Yeah.
I feel like a dick.
Yeah, you should. I was about to make a joke about my Rastan side art that I got like fast tracked ahead of you guys, but that's not funny anymore.
Yeah. Kill that joke.
Yeah.
Well, just died.
Death in the family just kills it all.
Yeah.
Now we got to change the subject.
So the question of the week.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wait. Let's see here. What was? Oh, Mox. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
No,
we're all just gonna say we're all gonna.
I'm gonna go. Nope, I'm going first.
We're all going to burn the same game, right? So do we have to go through this?
I know. That's the problem with this question.
Actually,
I fucking knew it when I posted it. I was like,
No,
you guys.
What if we pick a better game for that instead of that?
All right. So my answer is I'm going to go ahead and answer
like iRobot or something.
My answer might be a little different.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So
all right. Let's go through it then.
So my opinion, the most valuable is Black Widow, and you would never want to burn that one. I'm going to sell that one. And it's a hard decision to make between Robotron and Smash TV. But I think when I consider hoping that my kids might want to play a game with me, Smash TV would be my choice to keep.
Interesting.
So Robotron, sorry, it's out. Got burnt.
Overrated.
Yeah. No. And by the way, that's super hard for me because
game.
I love twin stick games. I mean, if I had unlimited space, I'd have like a whole section of twin stick games.
Of Karate Champs.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you see that? Okay, sidebar.
Huddle up, everyone.
So posted a picture at like the local, I don't know, Kmart or whatever. They don't have Kmart's around anymore. Walmart maybe. It was Karate Champ in like a little miniature cabinet.
Oh yeah. Saw that somebody
like you can actually buy it for like $30 in a little
cabinet.
But
it plays the NES version of it, so there's no twin
which
stick.
Is terrible.
Yeah, and same with the other games too. Like you know what's weird? The Burger Time, the picture is the arcade version. You peel it off and it plays the NES version.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like misleading.
That's a sugar-coated turd.
That's one tabletop game that's actually probably worth more than the full-size upright. Defender.
Just trade carry.
Yeah, right. Just go down my garage.
This one takes up less space.
Yeah.
So with that said, I'm going to pass on the carry.
Those little handhelds, you know the little Joust arcade cabinet that's like I think it's like $20 or $30. If you open up the back of it, you can short it and hit start, and it plays Defender.
Yeah, there was a hack. I saw that too. Yeah,
there's a bunch of jumper points that you just either resolder or cut. It's the same board, and they've got like 5 games per board.
Already installed on it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. A couple of guys that just put a little switch on it, a little multi-switch, like 4-way switch. You can switch between however many games are on that board.
Yeah, so you have to play whatever.
Oh my god, you can little tiny multi in one. Oh,
there's no way there's enough buttons for
funny. Yeah, right.
It's the 2600 version.
Sorry, 2600.
Well, that's the thing. When you play Karate Champ, it's a 2-stick fighter, but when you play it on that thing, it's a 1 joystick and 2 buttons.
It's so
that's the
bad
NES
on
version, and you got to like do these weird combos to try to pull off the same moves.
You can in the NES version, you can jump backwards, like just straight up jump, like not flip, just like like so terrible.
It's bad.
The hit detection's really bad.
Yeah, I watched some videos on YouTube. I was like,
30 years from now, kids that bought those as toys, they're gonna emulate that on their computers.
It's gonna be the next Glicos.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad.
I can't talk because I got one of these.
Oh yeah, the dysentery calculator.
The gone.
Right, here we go. Here's show and tell, and I had to get one of these too.
That
you get converted though to a Mad Planet.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, maybe Griffin, you can crank that out for me while I'm down there. You're pretty fast at that stuff, so.
Yeah.
I've still got some paint left there, buddy.
Yeah,
all right, there we go.
Gak, who sells those?
Walmart.
So this
Walmart,
is
Target.
Yeah.
Walmart. Yeah.
How much was it? 20 or 30?
Yeah. Yes.
One of those two.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, have some.
I think those are. I think that's 20. But.
I want to say 20. I'm trying to look at who the actual manufacturer is.
The Oregon Trail one was just a Target exclusive, just in case anybody's looking.
But the NES version of Qbert isn't too bad. So,
have any of you guys speaking of the small ones? Have any of you guys gotten into the Replicade?
Small ones.
Yeah, the small one.
What?
Yeah, I'm talking about all of them.
Is anybody fessing up to that?
I don't have a small one. I've got a mediocre one.
Like the quarters.
Looks like it's made by a company called Basic Fun.
Blatantly mediocre.
Areolas right now.
The quarter size one, Andrew? The ones that are like a quarter size little.
Yeah. So the Replicate ones.
Yeah, but they're like $170.
They're coming in around 100 each.
100 each now?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
So they've got 2 Kickstarters, one for Centipede and then one for Tempest.
Okay, I did see those. I thought they were more than 100. They bought 100? That's not bad then.
They were less than 100 on the Kickstarters.
Okay.
You got asteroids?
So none of you guys got in on the Replicade?
Negative.
What is Replicade?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
So Replicade, so check out Kickstarter. Both of them are closed at this point. So they've done 2 Kickstarters. The first one was for Centipede for a...
Oh, the Tempest Replicade, right?
Well, yeah. So the first one was Centipede. The second one was Tempest. And they are supposedly 1-to-1, slightly miniaturized versions of arcade games. We haven't talked about this in the show at all.
No, and it looks actually pretty cool.
They're actually pretty solid. Now, I will say that the bezel on Centipede is fucked. I can't believe that they're trying to be 1-to-1 and they can't even get the fucking bezel right. But
it looks so wacky.
I thought it was still up where you could still do it. I thought you could still.
I don't think so. I think they're both.
No.
No.
Nope.
Mark, I'm on this one.
I'm on it now.
No, not that.
No, these are
get that out of my face.
Here's
I have one of those, Gak.
Do you?
But they're actually
they were like $100 or $150, weren't they?
Yeah, those ones. Yeah.
Not when I bought it.
Not yeah.
Which ones?
I think I got it for $20 or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got it. I got it at the Comic Con.
Yeah, 2010 Comic Con.
San Diego Comic Con when I used to
limited edition of 1500.
Replicate.
Only $20 there.
I think maybe 30. Something. It wasn't that much.
Wow.
But now they go for a lot because they're rare.
Yeah.
My cat fucked mine up though. It scratched it.
How the hell are you?
Really weird, but I'm sorry.
That's why cats suck.
How are you gonna play Centipede with that little tiny trackball like that?
Well, that's a good question, Griffin. So people have been saying that it looks.
Is it joystick or trackball?
That's trackball.
Wow.
So the idea is
it's a BB.
They try and replicate the.
Be like a little man in a boat.
Possible.
It's a BB.
Yeah.
Little BB.
Yeah, like a marble or something.
Well, no. So they actually.
Hopefully, you never have to rebuild that trackball.
Yeah, right. So do not spill a beer into this trackball. But they're very small. But the thing is, it's probably MAME. I'm sure is how they replicated it as far as the software running it.
There's like a little mini GIF if you go down the page a little bit.
Yeah. So if you look at those two, Necros posted the links into IRC.
Yeah, that looks horrific.
Yeah, the MSRP was 160. That's where I had seen that.
Yeah,
I thought the Tempest looked a little better to me.
But the cabinets are supposed to be as close to 1-to-1.
Yeah, it's better than the usual ones you
down.
see.
And they're actually built out of wood. They have metal coin doors. The controls are supposed to be as tight as they can.
Do you got textured T-molding? Because
that's a
yes, I know.
TFO.
When accuracy where it counts.
They're doing the best they can. The Centipede, if you look at the bezel on Centipede, it's not right because they didn't match the aspect ratio.
What's wrong with the Tempest marquee?
No, the Centipede. I don't know about Tempest.
Okay. The Tempest is the one I was looking at. It looked
if
pretty
you scroll down on the Centipede one, the video that's repeating of the Centipede.
Yeah.
Like 2 on the control panel, 1 in the coin door.
So, I mean, how well will they play? I don't know, but
$100.
I know.
They're
expensive, but this is not like a the usual ones you see, like these kinds of ones we're talking about here on. Is someone watching the video?
Right. I'm trying to pause it. The controls aren't even there.
You know, for all these replicated mini Coleco style things, these cabinets are actually trying to be close to true to form.
I think it's kind of cool.
So
I'd like to have it on my desk.
It's cool. So I actually I backed Centipede and I back the Tempest, so I have both of those coming.
I wish I could do the Tempest.
If they made a Paperboy with the tiny little handlebars.
Their thing is they do have, these are fully licensed from Atari, which, I mean, that costs like what, 85 cents maybe this time of year. I mean, like, those are nothing.
Or like some kind of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, right. But they're officially licensed Atari products. But their thing is that like they've done a good job with both their Kickstarters, and so I think they're going to keep putting out these cabinets. So they may turn into some pretty interesting collector items.
So you think they'll still do it after you get yours? Do you think they'll put it out for a little higher price?
That's the idea, yeah. So it's a Kickstarter right now, and then they'll put out a retail version. I mean, the demand. I mean, look at the Centipede. So Centipede was the first one.
Yeah.
The goal, I think, was, well, what do we have to think? So the goal, they got
1,000 earlier.
Yeah, so 50,000 was their goal, and they got 167,000.
So for $90 for this Tempest, you get one. So if you did it early enough.
So I got the.
You have to get a mini-me for every game you have in your collection.
Pretty much, yeah. Which for me is even funnier. It's like I'm gonna bring this on a plane and
Fuck,
play.
man, I wish I went on this. So this is why we need a news segment on the show.
Right? Yeah.
Well, see, it's funny you say that, 'cause, like no one was really talking about it, but I went ahead and so yeah, I was super early bird on both of these, so I got them both.
Well, just keep it a secret, why not you?
I wasn't.
How would you put them in your lineup? Would you put them in between your cabs, like on the ground?
Put it on my desk.
Yeah, they're probably. I mean, frankly, they'll live at work or something like that, where it's just like
you have a scale model of your arcade and
on
every
the
game.
I had to get a little Ken doll to put on top of it.
They're actually, I think they're scaled perfectly for like GI Joe dolls.
Yeah.
Like if you, there's some of the pictures I think they have on the.
That's like an old. That's old school. My era GI Joe.
Kung Fu.
You guys see the video that who's it? Necros linked the mini arcade under the stairs. This dude's got like a bunch of custom minis. He's got a pole position with like a steering wheel on it. The thing's like 6 inches tall or something.
Oh damn!
I'm like, that's insane. You gotta fast forward to like halfway point to see the pole position, but
oh yeah, I see him playing pole position.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but a buddy of mine built the Star Wars that was on Engadget and all that. He built that mini Star Wars.
Oh, really?
That one. Yeah, it was about 8 inches tall. But he had a yoke and everything. Like he custom made all the hardware for it.
Insane. Oh, sweet.
Yeah. That's a fun hobby if you enjoy doing model making and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, you see so many of these like, on eBay and stuff like that, where like the miniature version of the cabinets, which I think Gak has a bunch of those behind him.
Oh yeah,
So it's like that kind of thing, but it's like someone actually trying to make a playable version of those sort of miniature cabinets, and that's pretty cool. Trying to be as true as they can within reason.
Yeah.
So what we should do on the show is like just having an official segment. We'll just say, does anybody anybody heard any interesting arcade news this week? And then if you have anything cool like that, you can bring it up.
There you go.
Sounds good.
We need the theme music for it.
I heard it's going to be
Jim.
San Diego.
I don't think it's.
Okay, here's the music I have queued.
Let's just end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a helicopter reporter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in.
Or get a typewriter and just hit it.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Like when those actually arrive, presumably someday I'll do an unboxing on air.
Oh, there you
go.
Cool.
That sounds great.
Come out.
Yep. Did they give you 1/6 size quarters to put in?
Right.
Actually, like there was I think there was a joke about that on one of the posts about like really tiny quarters going into the coin door.
Yeah.
The coin doors are supposed to be so accurate.
Pennies, yeah.
But I think the idea is the coin door buttons actually is what you coin up with.
Which I think is cool. They even did that.
Yeah.
And they light up too, I think.
And they light up, yeah. And there's supposedly you can open the coin doors and there's like a stash inside. So if you want to store your, legal
weed.
pot.
Gay porn.
Exactly.
I knew a guy that was hiding his weed in a main.
Well, there's like all kinds of nooks and crannies to hide stuff under those control panels.
That's funny. So the woman that I bought, the woman that I bought my Star Wars from told me that her son used to stash weed and his handgun in the coin door.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Seriously?
I used to hide it in my light socket.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, then screw one screw, and then you got a little cubby.
There you go. So we'll see. I don't even know if the coin doors on those replicates, you can even fit 1 quarter actually inside the coin door when you open it. That would be actually kind of a funny.
Yeah.
To find out, but yeah. So we'll do a little unboxing here.
That sounds fun. We'll do that.
Come in.
Mark, don't you hide the Encyclopedia Britannica in your control panel?
All 27 volumes.
Yes. And the Spanish version. It all fits.
Dude, we're gonna be over there playing that game.
Yeah, I can't wait to try to fit in it and take a nap real quick.
I'm gonna put you in it and seal it.
It's got enough controls for everybody at once.
Everybody gets a control.
Yeah, we can all play.
I was gonna ask you guys: Have you guys ever played a Japanese track and field type game called Mock Riders? Yeah,
Mock Riders.
Mock Riders. Yeah,
that name sounds familiar.
Not to be confused with this game called Mock Rider, the versus game.
My name is Mock.
Just happened to have
Oh yes.
So remind me. Okay, that's a 4-player track and field game. Maybe where
everyone
went full Woody Woodpecker on us.
But instead of like a regular track and field dude, you're a superhero. So they pitch you in events like instead of throwing the javelin, you got to catch a nuke bomb and then angle it the right way and then huck it back.
What?
And then it's just it's crazy shit you do. So, or you'll jump out of a blimp and you hit your buttons, and then when you hit the ground, you hit your punch button and it cracks the earth.
Of course.
But you're playing as like superheroes, like crazy Japan superheroes. So remind me to show you guys that one when you're over. So
Absolutely.
that one and Loverboy.
Which, by the way, Leo, one of your beers is called Old Man. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
All right, there's the pairing
for
no.
Young Man and Old Man.
Old Man and Loverboy.
There will be some there on Thursday to enjoy.
If you get one of those as a short beer, is it called Young Man?
For Mock's birthday show. Thanks, Gak.
Hey, Gak, I noticed you got your red tent on. I've been playing Goonies a lot. I just got my PPU today for Gradius, but
oh, nice.
Goonies is actually a lot of fun.
I played it like for maybe 10 minutes earlier tonight.
It's a lot more of a puzzle game than I thought.
You got to collect the 3 keys to get the door open.
And when you get to like the 3rd or 4th level, it gets like there's so many like extra rooms and stuff to go into, and the timer starts becoming a problem because you have to really race.
I got like halfway through the 2nd level. That's
kind of a theme with a lot of those versus games. Is the timer is the real villain,
right? Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh wait, it's not Mock Riders. It's Mock Breakers. Sorry.
I think I do recall seeing that. Mock Breakers, yeah.
I'll put a link in the chat if you want to.
Looks like a Neo Geo game almost.
It's really fun, actually. I've played it a few times with people, but you can play 4 players with it. So whoever loses can drink or something.
Oh,
who made the game? Is it
Okay, so
and whoever wins gets to drink too.
Track and field where you gotta and then you gotta jump the hurdles. Well, this one you gotta break through ice blocks, and you do a karate kick. So it's karate kick, that kind of.
Then you have to announce it.
Yeah, you got to see it to understand. But yeah,
Isn't that the way
it's a lot of fun.
Jim?
What's that?
Isn't the way kiosks work? Like when you're like kind of fighting, doing the yelp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, every move you have to announce it. It's just like it's just like Street Fighter.
Every move.
Every move.
Sure, you can.
I told that story, I think, but with regards to Street Fighter. But when I was like 9 or 10, it was right after I played in the arcades.
10.
And then
10.
and then I rented it because I found out it was on Super Nintendo, and I was like, oh my god. So I rented a Super Nintendo and Street Fighter 2. And they had the manual. One of the few times that the manual was with the game, and I'm reading the BIOS. It was not.
Oh, they're usually photocopied.
They are now, yeah. But I was reading the description to the characters. It has a little background of and for Ryu and Ken, it says students of Shotokan Karate, and I'm like, wait a second. I study Shotokan Karate. I can't do fireballs. I can't do that. What gives? Wait a second. Yeah.
You mean the movie lied?
Wow. Movie lies? Well, this was before the movie, but yeah, the game. Yeah.
No, that was a Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
That's the greatest. Yeah.
I love the Tar Man and that.
Yeah. Send more brains. I like when they all jump out like the bushes and like ambush the cops. Like all of a sudden,
nobody survives.
Yeah, paramedics.
Yeah.
And the thriller zombie at one point.
Yeah.
So I got a more useless movie trivia about that movie. So get this. They filmed, the girl that takes off all her clothes.
Yeah.
Of course you know this.
Yeah. So apparently the movie studios lost their shit over that. They're like, no, you got to cover her up because you can see everything.
Yes, you can see everything.
So get this. They put a merkin on her, but shaved it. So she's actually got a merkin on her crotch so you can't see the actual, private down there. It's just
labia.
Smooth Barbie. Yeah. So if you watch the movie, it's like you think you can see everything. I mean, you can, but it's just there's a flat merkin.
Sorry, I can't tell. The VHS copy is all warped up.
Just the tracking, fucker.
It's like Phoebe Cates in Fast Times. That tracking is really screwed up on that.
I have definitely done like the slow motion like through that scene when she's like dancing there because it's like,
oh yeah,
seriously, like because it's like an upshot. I mean, like she's above them, with her crotch like grinding like into the, and you're like, wait,
you don't see,
that was VR and it's an infant stage.
You don't see roast beef.
Yeah.
That was the first testing of VR back in the 80s.
So
it's getting a little late by me. I'll talk to you all on Thursday.
All right, Leo.
All right. See you all on Thursday. Thanks very much. Have a good one. See you Thursday.
Yeah, less than 48 hours.
I know.
Oh,
we do more than ever.
Keep some cheap sneaks for us.
Be careful what you ask for.
Save it for the plane.
Yeah.
I'll bring some corks.
Sit on this, Leo.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
uncork you when we get to Griffin's.
It gets a little quiet, and all of a sudden, we all hear.
Cork pops.
Every time Leo sits down on the chair,
to pick straws to see who isn't sharing with Leo. It's just like
Leo, can you hit the bullseye on the dartboard? And try really hard. We won't look though. You can sneak it.
Is that a real picture, Gak? What the hell am I looking at?
Yeah, that's.
I have no idea.
Dude.
Oh. Wow.
That's a dairy cow.
God, his fingers like knuckle deep.
All right, this one's just wrong.
That one was wrong.
All right, hold on. I have no idea how I stumbled across this. All right, I just posted it. I don't know what. This is a real WTF.
Oh, see, now I'm gonna have to.
What's that long thing hanging out?
Exactly.
God, I don't need that on my doll. Thank you. Or the other long thing. The tentacle porn. The anime tentacle porn.
Oh no, not that.
It's 2 foot 10 inches, so easy to store away.
Put it in your,
easy to hide from relatives when they visit.
I did not see that.
What is wrong?
Oh gosh.
If they walk into the bedroom, why does it smell like silicone in here? Dave from Buffalo goes gross.
Of all people to be grossed out.
I have my
That's where you draw the line, Dave.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, I have something I've always wanted to ask you. Maybe I should save this for later, but since I'm drunk, I'm going to ask you now.
Speaking of gross boobs,
This could go so many different ways.
Yeah, it's going to go bad, I know. Maybe I'll save it.
Don't leave us hanging.
Well, I don't know if I can answer it if we're live. I don't know what you're asking. If it's something you think I can't answer, then live, then say
he's got to ask now.
When on patrol, do you have college kids on campus? Do you ever find?
Dude, he's rented too many of these like Curls Gone Wild.
I just want to know: is it like? Do you find like? Do you catch like people behind bushes? Like,
no.
Pick it up, put your clothes on. Let's go.
Really? Come on, Dave. Man, when I worked for the PD, we caught so many college kids fucking in cars middle of the night in the park.
Or behind bushes.
But remember, I don't work overnight, so a lot of that stuff probably happens overnight.
Yeah, we were. That was when I was working C shift. I was working C shift, so 1:30 in the morning, you see one car in a 500.
It's all steamed up, like
yeah.
Well, there's cameras everywhere, and it was funny because the only thing we saw two lesbian Asian girls going at it in a car.
Oh, that's awesome!
That's Griffin's ultimate fantasy right there.
Did you have a chest cam?
No. They weren't. They weren't naked, but they didn't know right where they parked. It was on camera. We're watching, and then all of a sudden, and I did record it, and then the one girl jumps on the other girl and just starts making out. We're like, oh my god! Like we're watching this happen.
Let's do this.
Wow. It was.
You'd think it's funny, but it's actually a real pain in the ass when you come across that, because you actually at that point then you need to pull both individuals from the car, and then you need to question them both. Are you here on your own free will? You got to go through a whole bunch of make sure somebody's not being
consensual.
No.
Well, I mean, a little
it's
bit.
funny at first, and we have a good time with it, but
we didn't bother them. We could see this was on camera in the station because they were right next to.
No, I'm just saying when I've run across it actually in person, it's a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah.
A lot of the time you just want to go, come on, get out of here, just go, but you can't.
I mean, it'll ruin the mood quite so much as someone out of your car with your pants down.
Yeah, but I don't, because I'm not there overnight. So that's when you're getting all that. I'm gone before this.
So which college campus is this with the lesbian Asian
well,
girls?
we're not going to say that.
Do you have an address?
I'm gonna stick a GoPro on the light post.
I think I got some miles I can use.
Again, I love how Joel's been quiet the whole fucking show.
I think you go Asian.
I can convert them. I swear they'll convert for me.
Co-ed, college lesbians. All of a sudden,
what?
You can't shut this guy up.
Hey,
can be
like what you like.
Deep down their
mind. Well, I can't really comment on that, can I?
I fucking need you more than ever.
All right, guys, I gotta get running too. It's getting late. I gotta get some work done before.
Well, at least you do is pick the 3 games. Come on.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's a long sidebar.
All right.
Yeah. Sidebar.
Okay, I want to burn Black Widow.
Wow.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Going
I'll
against
sell-
the grain.
I like that
Nice.
game.
Yeah, I'll sell Robotron.
What?
Yes, I'll sell Robotron, and then I'll keep Smash TV.
Oh my god.
Boy, everyone's
Maybe on my cabinet.
Yeah, we don't even know you.
That feels like a Jimbo answer.
And I was
Yeah,
gonna actually
right,
say
yeah.
the same thing.
That actually only makes sense when you realize that no one else answered that way.
That's my unfriend button.
Right.
Did you feel that? That was my unfriend button.
There goes my rep dots.
Give me those green dots back.
Yeah.
How do you add negative rep?
Negative rep.
So no explanation of that. You're just gonna drop the mic and walk after that.
No. Actually, you know what? Robotron's okay. I've never been a big fan of it.
Hi-yo.
Yeah. Black Widow, I've just never really gotten into it. So I know some people love it. I don't know. I just can't get
Listen,
into the.
Gary, put your fingers in your la 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 la.
Yeah,
la,
la, la, la, la, la. That's like her favorite.
I like Black Widow too.
Yeah.
But I like Smash TV. I think it's got more variety than Robotron. That's all.
I've never played it.
I haven't either.
Never had
Me
the
neither.
chance.
I played that.
Then how can you say you're going to burn it if you've never played it?
It has an
But
end.
if you have to
though.
burn something,
That's
It
the
does
thing.
have an
Burn something
ending.
You can keep
does.
coining up until you get to the end, and then you're kind of like,
You
okay.
gotta get to the pleasure. No, is that the right game? Yeah, Pleasure Domes, right?
Yeah.
Pleasure
The
Dome.
Pleasure Palace.
Which is actually something they didn't really
Yeah, there was like a
program all of it.
update for that. I want to say.
Yeah, didn't somebody finish it later?
For MAME. I think so.
Well, so I used to
So
play
you need 100 keys or something, or 200 keys
Something
to open up the
stupid,
Pleasure
yeah.
Dome. Yeah, so that's like the real ending, and all it is, aren't they just sitting in a jacuzzi with some girls in bikinis or something?
Right.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, I think. So there is an ending to the game, though. Robotron just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
You can marathon it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're good like Greg, who just put out Brofest 2015 video.
Oh my god.
What the fuck off was up with that?
2015? What?
Yeah, it was a better late than never, or better late up.
Why bother?
Well, see, it fits the theme of his channel. He's
It's the
always
same
living in the
footage
past.
John had from his thing too. you
Wait,
know?
who did this?
Arcade Impossible.
Arcade Possible.
They just put out a video from 15.
Did he really?
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That video we did together.
Yeah, I saw Andrew and he was like younger.
Like had hair and stuff. Yeah.
Remember when we were younger?
Like kind of skinny.
Everybody was 3 years younger.
3 years younger.
Like, why
Before
bother?
Greg
fucking putting that
realized
video
what
up
a
already?
nightmare it is to share a house with me.
That was before that one. Yeah.
Yes.
such a good story. Oh my
He
god.
had footage of what's his name looking for food. What's that guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I'm an
Brian
interceptor.
Koo.
Yeah, Brian Koo.
Brian Koo. Yeah.
Brian Koo ate my nuts.
John looked just like a sloppy mess.
John was cooking up eggs in the kitchen.
We still need to do the shoe drive for him for this coming June.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you have to get that shoe fixed?
Let's save it for Christmas time.
Yeah.
I'd be embarrassed to put that video out. I would just
Instead
like
of
archive
toys for
that.
tots, it's just like shoes for Koo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Toys for tots and shoes for Koo.
All right, Keith, get out of here.
Yes.
All right, Kate, take it easy.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well,
Black
well,
Widow killer.
I'll be seeing you in a couple days and blowing up your toilet the next day after that.
Whoa.
Wait, Keith.
yeah.
Hey,
Thanks
Keith.
for the
Wait,
warning.
Yeah.
Wait, Keith,
Yeah.
real quick question. Okay,
Blowing
so
up your toilet. I sunk
the-
your battleship.
after I pick up
Double decker.
double decker. After I pick
No.
up Gak, Andrew, and DJ, which brewery should I go to first?
I'd take them to Ballast.
Yeah,
Ballast,
I
and
agree.
then Modern Times.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly.
And then go to Modern Times, and then I'll probably meet you there and hang
Okay.
out until I got to go pick up Jim and Carrie.
Okay, because Leo's gonna Uber and meet us there.
it's a short Uber ride to Modern Times. Then we can all hang out there, and then you guys can split to Joel's, and I'll go pick up Jim and Carrie. That way you guys don't get stuck in traffic, because it's going to be
'cause traffic gets bad.
shitty.
Yeah, you're saying
shitty
like get out of there
4
by
o'clock.
3. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Griffin, 4 o'clock,
Thanks,
cut across
Carrie.
the 8 is going to be
I
about
didn't
45 minutes.
know.
I know, right?
Hey, Griffin.
Yeah. What? Sorry. What?
Airport to your house at 4 o'clock is going to be about 45 minutes, right?
4 o'clock it is. Yeah.
If we're lucky, maybe an hour if it's bad.
Yeah, the 8 just clocks up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's bad.
So we should be there by probably call it 4:30.
We might as well just keep drinking at the airport until.
What time is Griffin's event start?
Until like
6 o'clock.
Yeah, until like 8.
6, right?
Tournament at 6. I told everybody start showing up about 4.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if
Between
as
4 and
long as
6.
we get everything finished here, we're going to try and come out and find you guys wherever you are once we've finished. And,
Well, let me know, because I got to get a hold of Nick and
We're bring
Vonnie.
Lynn's van. She has an Odyssey, so we can get like 5 people in that. If
Keith,
you-
just
More than
pick
that, I have an Odyssey.
5 o'clock.
You can get more
Just say anytime after 5 o'clock.
What's that?
That's it. Tell Nick and Vonnie anytime after 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to be back. I have to be back here by at least by 4, because the caterer is turning up sometime after that. So I want to.
And what time's the wedding?
Catered.
Yeah, we got the Mexican coming in.
And
so.
the first dance starts at what, 7?
First dance. Yeah.
And then the
All the
bouquet
guys,
What we're
all the
gonna
guys
try
on
and do-
one side and the 2 or 3 girls on the other side.
We're gonna try and come out and meet you guys like for an hour or 2, and then we're gonna run back ahead of you guys back here and do all the last bits and pieces and the plugging in and the turning on and all that shit.
Sure.
So that like when you guys get here, it'll all be ready.
Okay. So you're going to be back to the house by 4?
Yeah, I think so. Something
Okay.
like that.
Does
All right.
Vonnie and Nick have Griffin's address?
Yeah, I talked to them the other day, gave them both addresses. They have a hotel in downtown somewhere, so they're going down for the day. They're going to hang out downtown, do some stuff, and then come over.
Nice.
And then they're going to go back to the hotel that night, and then they'll come up to my house on Friday, and then they're actually going to go home from my house. They're skipping Banning this year.
Okay.
They're not going to go to Banning. Then they're just going to go straight back home.
They're just showing up for the real party.
Yeah.
Right.
They know what. They know what's
the
up.
tailgating party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we get stuck on the parking lot.
feel
Have a good time,
special.
guys. I'm just going to hang in the parking lot.
So, all right, well, I'll chat with you guys tomorrow, and
All right,
I'll see
Keith.
you guys on Thursday.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sounds
Keith,
good.
I was gonna send you a message, a question. I don't want
And
to.
in advance, I want to thank all 3 of you guys for hosting us.
No.
You know,
Yes.
Griffin, Keith, Mock. It's awesome that you guys are doing this.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have a blast,
It'll be
and
fun.
I feel for you guys with the other significant others at your house too, putting up with us. So
Oh, no, not a problem.
yeah,
Not in this house.
right. It's on at Griffin's.
As long as they don't, as long as I don't find an upper decker, we're cool.
Double stack.
I've actually bought everyone a plunger.
Instead of a water bottle, you get a plunger.
I can't get those in the swag bags. We'll have to cut them in half. Little short ones.
Fish it out with some tongs.
Little shorty.
Breakfast patties.
Yeah, I finished up all the bags earlier this evening. All the
Yeah, look great.
artwork on the badges look awesome. Andrew came out
Awesome.
great.
Cool.
So, same thing with the certificates. Mock look good.
Oh, thanks.
Sweet.
Let's see.
All right, Keith.
All right,
We'll
I'll
see
chat
you
you guys
later.
tomorrow.
Yep.
See everybody Wednesday, Thursday.
All right.
I just sent you the question. Say yes or no.
Night.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do.
So far, it's
See you
been
guys.
me, it's been Carrie, and Keith. I think.
Who gives a shit?
I know, right? Burn them all. Fuck it.
I've had now. Came in for 1 beer. I've had 2. So
All right, Griffin.
I'm heading out soon.
Good
Not yet, but soon.
Okay.
About this long. But
All right, so we go.
little update on these and stuff. So we do have mini posters for everybody. Rob managed
Awesome.
to get those done. So little like 11 by
Nice.
17s.
Oh, that's
the-
awesome.
Of Joel naked.
Yeah.
I could throw that on the back of the Sharpie for you if you like.
And
So we do
Keith,
have those.
sorry,
Yes,
Griffin,
please.
do not stress over having a couple of games ready. We
Oh.
will have fun no matter what, you know.
Well, Mad
Too
Planet,
late. They're done.
Denver's a testament to that.
Yeah,
Mad Planet
right.
is up and running.
That's
I
awesome.
was playing it in the driveway today.
And City Connection's working. Don't worry about it if you don't get your art. I mean, we're all good, you know.
Well, the
At
art
least you can play it.
the art packages will arrive tomorrow because I've been tracking it.
Okay.
The thing is, with City Connection, I don't know if Rich remembered to put in the dark blue vinyl to wrap the
Oh,
cabin.
the sides, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
So
I
either
can't
way-
play it.
I know. I think we're gonna have to turn around these. Yeah.
Yeah, again, might as well burn
Put
it.
that
That's what
one
we're
in
gonna
the
burn.
dark in the corner.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at
We're
it.
gonna push it down your driveway on its side,
Yeah.
But
Ooh,
Just
we
like
can
a
do
UPS
toboggan.
package.
like a toboggan.
28. We
Like
have
a UPS
28
package.
games up and running.
Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That
So
is.
There'll be plenty to play.
Don't worry, we'll find a way to break them.
Yeah, like just leave them on for a while. That should do it.
I think there should be a scavenger hunt for Johnny Harden VHS tape.
Oh well.
Oh my god.
Put some hints out. You know, like
Put
don't
a
you
little
hide it somewhere.
bow and a
Take
ribbon
it
on
out.
it too.
Take it out and hide it somewhere.
Yeah. We'll
Does
make like
anybody have a
scavenger hunt.
VHS player?
I do.
I
Yeah.
do.
So, that's
I
what
don't
I
even have one anymore.
Yeah.
I put it in the top of the toilet cistern, and then the person who finds it, I know that's the fucker that was just about to. And Carrie, if it's you, I'm going to be horrified. But also we've got key rings, and the key rings will also have a version of the banner and the poster on them.
Wow.
Dang.
So little bits and pieces. So between here and Pete's place, guys should get lots of swag.
Dave from Buffalo, you're really missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
He's the only one not going.
We'll
Yeah,
figure out
don't
maybe
you
some way to
feel
FaceTime
lame.
you or something.
And
I'll be FaceTiming.
Yeah.
I decided for the
Oh, someone just rip ass.
for Thursday night for the
did
prize
sound like
table,
someone
we're going to
just
be
ripped
putting a
ass.
lot of
It
those.
sounded like "Brr."
That was pretty bassy. Who did that?
What's that, Griffin?
For the prize table for Thursday night, we've obviously got a lot of marquees, so we're gonna put
Sweet.
a bunch of marquees out for that stuff, and we got posters and some nice bottles of beer and those little digital projectors. Remember, I got those digital
your little
projectors?
light show things?
Yeah. I got them for like $3 each from Lowe's because
Holy
they were
shit.
selling, and I just filled the shopping cart with
At
them.
the end of the night, those are going to be the only things working.
Right. So yeah, we got all kinds of good bits and pieces. So everyone will
Sweet.
get to choose something.
All right.
Big sticks,
Cool.
tips.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That'll be cool. And yeah. Sorry, for getting overly stressed
Yeah.
No.
earlier in the week.
Dude,
I'm sure it'll be,
having been there, I fucking know.
I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun for everyone once we're there.
Yes, exactly. I know.
It'd
I'm
be
sure
like
it'll be
a
a lot of fun
that's
for everyone
going.
else.
You can't stop it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah,
you
right.
know,
Just go with it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so
all
it's
good.
going to be cool. I'm just hoping the rain keeps off because I've been
Ugh.
watching the weather and it's just been like
Rain.
it's been rain like every day, and then it was like Thursday cloudy. I'm like, ooh,
maybe. Right.
Only got cousin Brian.
Cousin Brian.
No, I can't stop yelling because that's how I talk.
Anyway, I'm heading out, guys, but I will speak to you in the Slack channel, and I will see you all on Thursday.
It's a matter of a day.
A
I
few
guess.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day and a half. Woo.
Wiedersehen. Ciao.
Bye bye.
See ya.
I said good day.
I guess the question of the week was kind of a failure this week,
We
right?
started off talking about other things.
Actually, that's actually a good thing. Because the question
that
trying to get us talking.
That's a fall. That's a crutch.
Yeah, if we don't need that, then let's not use it.
No. Get the ball rolling.
Yeah. I think we need to catch up with cousin Brian.
I know, right?
Brian.
So here's the question.
A man called Brian.
Yeah.
Don't call on me, teacher.
Just says shit.
Like we just see your forehead and the underside of your cap.
That's how he likes
still
it.
Wet.
Yeah, you kind of look like some sort of like protected witness.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I can't come to the door right now.
Oh, there we go.
I could take a nasty spill down the stairs and subject myself to further school absence.
You get down here right now, mister.
Yeah.
You're in big trouble.
I'm sorry.
The part where the principal thinks he's playing Karate Champ.
Yeah.
Walks up, grabs him on the shoulder.
The girl spits coke on him.
Yeah. That's such a freaking classic scene right there.
A good one.
She takes like a big sultry.
Your ass is mine, or whatever.
Yeah.
Your ass is mine.
Do you want a gummy berry?
Yeah, they're in my pocket. They're nice and warm.
Nice and warm.
Just think you want to have sex with all those kids on that bus.
Oh god.
Cousin Brian, you coming to Brofest or Leo Fest?
Was it Rooney Eats It?
No.
That looks like a yes to me.
That was undecided.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. I think
I don't know.
We're gonna turn that no upside down.
Wait, what did we decide last week that the scream from Commando was actually Bobcat?
Cousin Brian, you have to pick one, and you can't say no. It's either Leo Fest or Grink Fest this year.
Yep.
So you can't say no.
Grink Fest.
Yeah.
Good choice.
That's actually good.
That's the right choice.
That's the right choice.
No, it's the right choice. Yeah.
Which bathroom is better?
The ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells like flowers.
It's so much better in there.
You go in there and you just start prancing around like you're on some like Venom.
It's like a douche commercial.
It's like stepping out into
like slow motion. You're jumping in a bunch of leaves.
It's like the
flowers
and the sound of music.
Yeah.
You're just like dancing around.
Yeah.
With your pants around your ankles, just pissing in a circle.
And somehow the floors aren't getting wet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fields are alive.
It's just water and vinegar. That's all you have. It's a douche commercial.
I can taste the bubbles. Wait, no, I can't.
Are we dyeing eggs or is it douching?
Yeah.
I love how we was like projecting these dreams of how wonderful the ladies' room must be.
Oh, we got Buffett.
What's up?
We got Echo.
Just as we were about to end the show, too.
Hey.
It's been a while since we've heard from Buffett.
Buffett.
That's the sound. The desoldering gun.
Yeah.
What does that hackle sound like again? Ah, that's right.
Yeah. Turn down some of my volume, so hopefully that'll help with the echo. Oh well, yeah. I was doing work with a friend, so he just left.
Working on anything interesting?
I brought over a couple monitors to fix. So G07, couple K7s. So
a fixing party.
Yeah. Hey,
sort of. Yeah.
Buffett, I worked on my first Sanyo the other day.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. I think it's a pain in the ass to get into, but it's fine to work on once you can take all the parts apart. It's like Dungeness Crab.
I kept telling her that this is nothing compared to a 4600.
Yeah, maybe that might be the case.
You got to separate them things into the 5 different parts. But
yeah.
Did you watch my video on how to remove it?
No.
I got a video on
I
how to
should
remove
have.
everything.
Because then maybe I wouldn't have hated the whole process.
Yeah, no,
parts.
Yeah, just in my tech video.
Awesome. I will watch that.
It also has a thing on there on how to color and white balance it too. The Sanyo. So adjust your B plus, color and white balance, so that way you can get it as good as you can, you know, to your.
And it's beautiful. It looks great.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a nice monitor. But yeah, it was a pain in the ass. It's good to know you have a video.
Yeah,
we'll plug here. We can plug your channel.
Yeah. Did you adjust your B plus on it?
No, it was fine.
It was 108.
You test it?
No.
It's actually kind of a pain in the ass to test, but that's actually a really important part.
Yeah, a Sanyo will not look its best unless the B plus is right around 108.
Yeah.
And it's kind of tricky to test it.
Oh, well, of course, because why would it be easy? 'Cause that would speak to maybe having a good design.
Exactly. Right.
A little foresight by the designers, but
it's actually a pretty good design. It's fairly easy to get to. There's several places to test the B plus, and as long as you got a non-conductive tool, if you did not replace that POS metal pot that's there, you won't ground anything out. But if you don't have a good plastic adjustment tool, you can kill your SIP there that's in the B plus regulation circuit, and then you got to desolder it and put a new one in. So
oh, yeah.
Do you recommend like alligator clips to latch onto that resistor that you got to test off of?
Yes, I would do alligator clips and then to my meter.
Yeah.
Yep. For a ground and whatnot. Yep. And
I think Carrie's got alligator clips now.
I do have alligator clips.
I've never even mentioned them.
Yeah.
good set of alligator clips. They're really nice.
Yeah.
And there are crappy ones out there.
Yeah. I have the insulated ones too.
Insulated.
Yep. But yeah, just use your meter and nice plastic adjustment tool, or even a wooden dowel that you shave down.
I got plastic adjustment tools. I went crazy and got some, set off of eBay or Amazon or something a while back when I was messing with some power supply and making little zappy noises.
Right. And I specifically went out and found these tools and made them. I've got fiberglass adjustment tools that I can cut them in any length, but I've got them at I think it's either 6 or 8 inches, 12 inches, and 16 inches long. So that way you can adjust high voltage gauges and your B plus on your Sanyo and whatnot real easy.
Yep.
So
suggested that B plus does. I mean, I use an extension on my tool, but like having a super long one would be really nice.
Yeah, I have them right now in stock at 16 inches, and those work great for that. So, yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That monitor looks pretty damn nice.
Yeah. Oh no, Sanyos are the top of the line 19. I mean, out of all the 19s on the market, the Sanyo is by far the best looking, richest, deepest, color wise, everything looking monitor. It's the best. It's the Cadillac or Corvette or whatever, whatever your
it's a nice monitor, but it's a nice monitor, but I want my opinion may differ a little. Yeah.
It's harder to set up and put in cabs. Now, yes, that's
no,
great.
I don't care about the setup. I'm just talking about the picture.
Which one's your favorite?
This ought to be this monitor smackdown. I turn ugly.
I like K7s, the Vision Pros and 49s. Those are my and Sanyos. Those are my 4 top. But just saying that Sanyo blows them all away to me is a stretch.
You bring one of each type, and I'll adjust them perfectly, and you tell me which one you think looks the best. Well,
all right, we'll have an adjustment off.
There we go.
You can produce a better picture.
I've heard, with my little knowledge, I've heard, Sanyo and K7000, but not the other 2 you've mentioned.
4900s rock. I like
4900s have a really good picture once they're dialed in. The one thing I find about Vision Pros is the image in reality is really flat looking, and it can be kind of grainy looking.
See, and I don't get that at all. I know you've mentioned that before, but I've compared and I'm like, I don't know.
Unless you've got a better Vision Pro than all the ones that I've seen, that's entirely possible.
Now which chassis are you referring to though? The Tovis? Or what's the other one? There's 2 of them.
Well, you got Cortec, Vision Pro, possible Tovis, And there's another one or two, and all they are is the same company just rebranded.
Right, but the chassis. But I mean, you've got, because I've seen the non-Tovis ones, whichever, you know, one of those flavors, and they don't look the same to me.
Yeah, I don't really see many Tovis chassis and monitors around here.
Both of mine are Tovis.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
The trick I've learned with old age is I just, take the glasses off. They all look pretty damn good.
And then everything just like smooths out. And,
yes, exactly. I'm like, wow, that looks so much better.
Once I get that iridescence. Yeah.
It's like anti-aliasing.
Put it this way.
Yeah.
As long as you like it, then it's a good monitor. That's all.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Buffett, too. And like I said, those are my four favorite, as far as like picture and all, not just picture, but like geometry and all that stuff. And then you've got like the B class of monitors and the C. So even a 46 looks really nice once it's dialed in, but I don't like the geometry of them.
No,
What's in
I
your
don't.
Cheyenne?
49.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like
that
I love.
One looked awesome. That looked really good.
That was a tube swap though too. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
if I had to rate them, Sanyo, of course, is number one, and then pretty much K7 and 49 are tied for two because they just produce really good pictures.
Yeah. I like the adjustments on K7000 slightly more than 49s.
Yes, I agree with that. Their K7s would be on the top of the 49, but as far as picture quality goes, they're roughly the same.
Yeah, I agree.
K7s are just easy to dial in because they've got the remote boards and more options.
Okay.
They do. Yeah. The more options is what makes them the preferred chassis of choice by a lot of folks.
Right. Just more modern chassis, really.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but a working monitor is a good monitor as long as you can play your game.
Yeah.
So, I've got some oddballs in some of my games. Do I like them? Not really, but guess what? I don't have to replace them because they work.
Yeah.
So, I've got an early nano, I think, in my Frogger cocktail. And it was at MagFest. It went out, and I took it apart, took all the boards out, recapped it, reflowed it, crossing my fingers that was all that was wrong with it. Plugged it back in, fired it up. It ran overnight, and then I put it back in the machine. And it ran all through MagFest. Wow. So I had never done a single thing to it since I owned it, and I've had it for, 6-8 years now. So it went out last year, and then this year, like I said, I had time to fool with it. So crossing my fingers, and I'm going to let it run till it dies. It's 100 volts and an odd video input, so I'd have to, change all that over, but, I don't need to because it works. So
nice.
Yeah. I mean, in reality, it has a pretty decent picture once everything was dialed in, so I just have no real reason to want to replace it, just because. So
I swear it was funny because Carrie recapped when I was over at Carrie's, and she recapped that Sanyo, and we got it dialed in. Actually, it adjusted really nice, but I swear every Sanyo, every Nintendo monitor actually just about has had that fold. I've seen that fold over. Like that's like the number one thing. I don't know what it is about those monitors, but they all get that right at the top.
Yeah, it's the capacitors that fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, and people don't, people a lot of times what I think it is, I personally think that people don't see it happening gradually enough until it's too far gone. Or by the time it starts to happen, they put it in storage, and then of course the capacitors continue to dry up, and when they fire it back up, then all of a sudden, whoop, it's down another inch, from what it was, and they're like, yeah, it monitor's done,
Hers wasn't that much, but it was funny because in that same weekend, there was her monitor, and then we visited a guy near GAC that sold his Super Punch Out to Steve at Grinkers, and both of his monitors had that fold over as well. I'm like, man, this is like every Sanyo. And that must start pretty darn early. Like it must not take much for that to begin.
Yeah. And the capacitors that are on those machines are, original capacitors. They were actually pretty good capacitors because they were, I think, all manufactured in Japan.
Okay.
Where they weren't getting all the the cheap China BS had not quite started that. Yeah. So I think that the capacitors were good. Just those in that circuit, they could have either been a little bit. It could have been a higher value, or maybe a different quality. But there again, for the first 5-7 years, you don't notice it.
Yeah,
because they haven't failed. Because until they've run that long 24/7, then there's nothing wrong with them. And think about it this way: your average game by most manufacturers was designed to last 3-ish years. So at that point, something new is going to come out anyway. So it's going to have something new in it. They're not expecting you to keep running the old stuff for now, 40 some years now?
Yeah.
Right.
That stuff. So it's amazing in itself that a lot of these monitors, because of the caps on them, are still actually able to turn on and work to some extent without totally frying something. It's just kind of neat how they stood the test of time. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I don't want to interrupt, but I gotta shut the stream down. We guys can keep chatting, but
I gotta get a beverage.
Or
are we calling it an early night? Is that the plan?
I have to go to
Not
bed
even
because
that
I have
early.
to actually be with it tomorrow for the last day before vacation.
All right.
So,
All right.
You guys can keep chatting, but I gotta shut the stream down. So Gak, you want to take us out of here?
Yeah. So thanks everybody for coming on to the longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube. Even though we are far away from the most popular ever.
Did you just say we were bi?
Podcast. Huh?
Did you just say we were bi?
Yeah. Yes, we are bi.
Yeah.
We had this
We're
discussion.
proving that this week.
All right, sorry. Yeah, we talked about this before.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in a couple days. Anyone else who's listening to this, sorry you couldn't make it. Tough shit. You're lost.
Yep.
And good time. So this was episode 116, right?
Yep.
So there we have it.
There it is.
Thanks everybody for coming on. We'll see you next week, maybe.
Maybe. Well, yeah, I guess we get back on Sunday. That's possible.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
possible.
Yeah, come on now. We're not wusses. We're not like some other guys that give up right away.
Yeah.
We'll
do our
be
best
better
to
than that.
recap next Tuesday.
It may be a stretch for next Tuesday.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what we can do, maybe. But
Yeah.
Jimbo, you want to sing us out of here?
Sure. What should we? I
don't know.
Should I? Okay.
We'll be-
And Zeke gets signed on.